Welcome everybody back to the channel. Zero here with a brand new playlist. Guys, Dungeons 3. Now this game comes out this Friday on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. I was lucky enough to get an Xbox One copy, and so I got some console gameplay for you today of Dungeons 3. If you guys are liking this, if you enjoy this playlist, hit that like, let me know in the comments, and I can continue putting up videos for this. It's one of those games where I would be into it if you are, but I got so many things going on right now. It's kind of one that was on the back burner. I didn't really even know if I would get into it at all. But if you guys are interested in it, let me know. I'll put up some more videos. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into it and check out Dungeons 3.
A long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's super-secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its super-secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind. Library in ruins. The shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Talia. And in Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Tristram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Talia.
Well now, Talia, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father, I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Janos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whumph! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
You know what's crazy is I've played through this. This is my second time playing through this stage because I couldn't believe that there's absolutely no music and sound. But this is the second time. It's still nothing.
Very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
Yeah, and so basically you have to take the shadow over to her and stay out of the light. If you get into the light, you start taking damage, and your movement speed drops dramatically. So it's very easy. This is a very easy thing to do, especially since how I already did it. But doesn't this seem weird? Like, shouldn't there be some background music? And I've tried to figure out how to get it to play, and what's weird is the voiceovers work, so I know that the sound and volume has worked, but it shows that it's up, and for some reason, nothing.
Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with that last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close. So close. Thalya, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know. I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terrors or errors or something like that.
You can tell that she's kind of got a little evil still in her, so pretty crazy. I like how it saves every so often. That's pretty cool, especially in a game like this where you could easily make mistakes with the point and click. Using a controller to do point and click is never a great thing, but it's working pretty good. We might be able to just run right by this guy if we just go straight. Yeah. he cuts you off eventually, so. Shit. Alright, so it looks like going straight didn't really matter, because we were still going to have to wait for this guy. Alright, so as soon as he goes by, we'll be good to go. So you're not in like too much danger right now. None of these guys, even if you did get into their light, they can't see you, and so as a shadow, and so you'll be all right to carry on. Did you see that one whirled out? It's just the sound effects. It's like there's no sound effects or anything, and I'm not like joking. It's really weird. You know, the sound is up to a 1. That's the highest. The music, the effects volume. And it's just so weird that it's not in here. So I don't know if it's just because it's an early build. This doesn't come out until Friday. And this first level is like this. I haven't played the second level yet, so I'll find that out. It's just, it feels really weird.
In the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with lanterns began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Alright, so this is not that hard. It looks pretty crazy, but he's going to move forward, and then this guy is going to move off to the side, and you can actually just walk right around and get the elf as soon as he does. So, and that's pretty much that.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane.
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did she say?
Die!
So you'd think that there would be a ton of sound effects for something like that, especially now in this spot. So I cannot run into the light still. So you got to kind of leave that open.
I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined
Over 9,000.
powers surfaced in Talia, the black magic of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world.
Alright, so basically we're killing everybody in the town right now.
I'll tear you to pieces.
And it just feels like there should be sound effects for each of these guys dying. I'm sure there is.
Kill you all.
One thing to mention is that this is on the Xbox, and it's very possible that on the Xbox, it's not able to
The
render
Dark Elf
all
raged
of this
through Twistrom's inexperienced guards.
like
She
it does on the
thereby built up
PC.
a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Talia to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clonking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistram. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Talia withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
Guys, so when we come back, Tristram in Ruins. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know. Hit that like, leave me a comment, and I will continue to play more of this game. I don't want to hear you, dude. I don't want to hear you. So if you guys, like I said, if you liked it, hit that like, leave it back. As far as the sound and the sound effects like in the game, it's really weird. I can, obviously the dialogue and everything's working and the sound during the dialogue is working, but during the game, no sound. And I don't know if, like I said, I'm playing on Xbox. This comes out for PC and PS4 on Friday. It could be that they're going to have a day one patch. It also could be that, as you can see in some of the graphics and stuff loading, that maybe the Xbox as a console is having a hard time rendering this game. That's also going to be on PC. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll find out if we play more. So if you guys like it, you want to see more, let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next one. This is Zero, and I'm out.